It's a whip blend of gentle cleansers and butters. It's just simple, and that's the point. Let's go ahead and begin. So today I'm going to show you how to make a foaming bath butter right from scratch in your own kitchen. Now the cool thing about this is you have complete control over all of the ingredients. You get to decide what ingredients you put into it and what ingredients you decide not to. Let's go ahead, let's talk about the ingredients first. Our first ingredient is distilled water. Now you want to make sure that you use distilled water and not tap water. Tap water actually has minerals in it, and that can shorten the shelf life of your foaming bath whip. Up next, we have our surfactant, which is sodium cocoa isonate. Now this is a mild surfactant. It is called SCI for short, and it is derived from coconut oil. Next up, we have vegetable glycerin. Vegetable glycerin, as you probably already know, is a humectant, which goes ahead, it draws and holds moisture to your skin. It really keeps this soap base soft and pliable. The next ingredient is propylene glycol. Now this is actually our emulsifier. This is what's going to get the oil in the water phase to stay together and to emulsify. And if you can see here, just a little touch of tetrasodium EDTA, which helps our preservative behind the scenes. Now let's talk about our oil phase. We have a little bit of stearic acid, which helps with that silky feeling and with the texture of this foaming bath whip. Fractionated coconut oil, which is a light oil, never greasy. And shea butter, which softens the moment it touches your skin. And then for our cool down, we just have our preservative. It's only one ingredient, but it is super important. We want to make sure that we're not growing mold and bacteria in our foaming bath butter. Let's go ahead, let's make our foaming bath butter. We're going to start with distilled water in a heat-safe container. Add your SCI. Now here's the thing about SCI. It is very poofy, so you want to make sure that you'd probably wear like a respirator or a mask when using it, especially if you have it in powdered form. Pop in your vegetable glycerin and scrape every little bit in there. Add our propylene glycol. And lastly, our EDTA. I don't have a true double boiler, but a saucepan with some water and a silicone mat in it works just as well. We are gonna pop our water phase on here. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna allow this to melt on a very low heat. Now it's gonna take what feels like forever to get this to melt. So if you can see here, I still have a pretty big surfactant blob in there. But what you wanna do is you wanna come in periodically and give it a really good mix. That's really gonna help break up the surfactants and get them to melt a little bit quicker. It's just a matter of being patient. In a separate heat-safe container, we're gonna go ahead and add our oil phase ingredients. So we'll add our stearic acid, fractionated coconut oil, and our shea butter. Our water phase is getting very close to being melted. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put the oil phase in here. Now remember, I didn't want to put the oil phase in too soon because it would almost overheat with how much heating the water phase takes. The SCI just takes forever to completely melt. So we got just a few minutes left here before it'll be done. So when we pull these off the double boiler, you always want to come in and give them a good wipe off just to get all of that water off the outside of the container. Now this is going to be very hot, so be careful. We want to grab a bowl that's going to be a little bit bigger than your water phase because we're going to mix it and it'll bubble up. So dump your water phase into a bowl. And then we come in with our hand mixer, give it a good mix. Told you it was gonna bubble up. Now we're gonna let these bubbles simmer down just a little bit before we add our oil. To our water phase, we go ahead, we add in the hot oil phase. And now we're gonna mix it again with the hand mixer. Now we can only mix it so much because we don't want it to overflow on us. Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead, we're gonna let this cool down a little bit. So this is still very, very warm. It's completely filled up with bubbles and it needs just a little bit of time, A, to cool down, and B, for the bubbles to settle a bit. So we're just gonna give this some time to cool down. Okay, so this has been sitting for a little while. You can tell it has cooled down. I'm just gonna go ahead and mix it with a spatula. What you wanna do is you wanna make sure that you are below about 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and then add your preservative in. And we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna mix it in very well. The preservative is so important. That's what makes sure we're not growing anything nasty in here. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna allow this to finish cooling completely. Right now it is very watery, and then this is completely hardened. So as you can tell, completely hardened. Now it's gonna be kind of, for lack of a better word, clumpy, right? So this isn't the whipped, light, fluffy soap that you would want. What we're gonna do is we're gonna hit this with the hand mixer. And there it is. There is the light, fluffy, whipped bath butter that you would want to use in so many projects. And there it is, the light, fluffy, whipped bath butter that you would love to use in so many products. And as you can tell, the consistency is very light and it's very fluffy. This is a base recipe, right? So I wouldn't use, I mean, you could use it just like this, but it is a base recipe. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this off to the side for now. I'm gonna make a whole series on things that you can make with it. But in the meantime, if you wanna make something with your foaming bath butter before I get the next video made, I have a whole playlist of recipes that use this exact formula in it. So I will make a playlist and I'll put that in this video for you as well. Is I just store it in any kind of sealed container that I have. Now, when you store it, it's gonna lose some of the light and fluffy, but you just take the hand mixer, mix it up again, and it will go back to this cloud-like consistency.